New Balance Field House at the University of Maine in Orono. With me today is the chairman of the Eastern Maine Sportsmen Show, Becky Morrell.
Hi. Perfect timing.
We have Tony making an announcement.
Well, I will have to say the microphone works well over here from the presentation.
It works fantastic.
Yeah.
That's great.
Very
'Cause
crisp.
It's been a bear in previous
Yeah.
years. But Becky, how has the show been this year?
Amazing, actually. The attendance is great. The weather was fabulous yesterday for people to really get out, and we know the parking was a little rough yesterday, but the weather was conducive to allow people to walk here, and that was great. Yeah.
So this is your first year doing the show,
Yeah.
as chairman. What's it been like?
Well, a little bit of history for me. I was a chairman of another show previously for several years, so I do have that history, but amazing. I love the sportsman community. I love building those relationships and connecting with those, and so for me, I have a lot of friends on the floor, and that's a lot of fun to be able to reconnect with. The team is phenomenal to work with. I feel like the success as a team is amazing to watch, and so it's all in all a great experience. I really enjoy it.
Fantastic. Now, that is something that I do have to say. You are very well known in our outdoor sporting heritage community. And, bringing you on as chairman of the show was absolutely just a huge win for us.
Thank
and
you.
to watch you be able to walk the floor, you know everybody here.
Well, I may not know everybody, but I'm getting to know even more. But there's a majority of them I do. Yes.
Yeah. Now, one of the things that has really stuck out to us is the history of the show. Now, when you take a look at the show, started in 1933, and we've been here at the University of Maine for 35 years. How do you see the show changing going forward?
Oh my goodness. Whew, good question. I was just actually talking to Carol Ware the other day about trade shows and really what we need to do to keep them alive. Because, how do you get people to continue to come out? And hands-on activity, I really want to focus more on really getting the kids to hands-on learning. And this year we had owl pellet dissection, and it was really a great time for the kids. I think the archery and the air guns are fantastic, and I actually heard the other day we had guitars for vets. Did I say that right, or is it vets for guitars?
Guitars for Vets.
And one of the guitarists ended up participating at the air gun range because she had never shot a firearm before, and that was the first time. And I thought that was really amazing, and that's what we're all about. And who would have ever thought, inviting a group here like Guitars for Vets would have had that opportunity. So hands-on for me, and really the other thing too is, especially now that we're dealing with AI, what does that look like electronically moving forward? I don't know. I really, to be honest with you, and I've said this for years, I'd love to go to the bigger shows. I'd love to go to Harrisburg and to the Massachusetts show and really see what they are doing. Of course, we're limited in the state of Maine for the space that we have.
Yeah.
So there is that. But I think the reality is if we had even more vendors on the floor that had participation. I can think of 3 right now that they're just on the vendor floor, always having hands-on activity for kids. So the more that we can have that, the better. It has something to give to families when they come.
And the mission of our club, the Penobscot County Conservation Association, is getting our youth into the outdoors. What would you like to see going forward for the youth at the show here?
I was just talking to Corey, and the reality of even getting them engaged in the presentations. Like he was talking, Corey is, you work with him on the podcast,
Yep.
just to give you a little bit of a background. But he also does presentations, and one of the people in the presentations was a child. And if you could make that child look forward to the next 365 days so that he can
Yep.
come back to the show the next time and have something to present himself. Like, was he able to take a deer off of his food plot? How was his food plot? What did it look like? Was it successful? What could he do next time? And so the more that we can incorporate them as our next future, as our future, and really engage with them and want them to really feel like they're seen, heard, and wanted for our future. So again, it's just their participation and engagement. Does that answer your question?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, 100%. Now we're very fortunate here that we have some amazing sponsors.
Yeah.
We have Harvey RV and Marine that sponsors the New Balance Fieldhouse. We have Hammond Lumber that sponsors the Wallace Pool.
Yes.
Dice Arts, they
Yes.
sponsor our lanyards.
Yes.
And what would you like to see going forward from
Well, to also
sponsorships?
add with those two would be Quirk Chevrolet and MVP, which is Maine Veteran Project.
Yep.
Did I say that correctly? Oh, there's another presentation. Also, just a plug, there's lots of presentations at the show.
Lots of presentations. We kind of try to do these in between the announcements, but we got caught up in this one.
Yes. Okay, so what was your question?
So-
the sponsors.
Yep.
Say it again, ask me the question again.
So we're very fortunate to have these amazing sponsors. What would you like to see going forward?
Oh, my goodness.
As far as sponsorship needs.
I guess to help with the cover the cost so that we can continue to expand the opportunities, the hands-on opportunities.
Yep.
So like the cost of the bus, the shuttle bus that happens on Saturday, or the cost of the food for the concession stands, or the cost of the program that we hand out, which has lots of advertising. It has the presentations, it has the floor plan. So things of that nature, which are overhead cost. And the more that we could cover with sponsorships, the more that we can bring to opportunities of engagement, presentations, and hands-on for the kids. And I shouldn't really say kids because those parents will sit there and do the kids will do the owl pellets, and the parents are right there next to them enjoying the owl pellets as much as they are. So I think I say kids, but the reality is it's the whole family.
Yep. And again, with PCCA's mission about being all about getting our youth into the outdoors, a lot of our programs are absolutely free. There is
Absolutely.
no cost to the general public for coming and enjoying some of the programs that we put forth.
Right.
Our ice fishing day, our family fun day. We take our we have a portable archery setup that we take around the state and get kids shooting archery and
Yes.
adults. If you want to come shoot, come shoot. It's absolutely free.
Right.
And this show allows us to do that. At the same time we provide scholarships
Yeah.
for the University of Maine here and Husson University and their conservation law program.
Yeah.
We do camperships at Greenland Point, the
Yes.
4-H program,
Yeah.
also Maine Youth Fishing Game. And so the generosity of our vendors and the generosity of our patrons
Yeah.
by coming to the show allows us to put on these free programs and allows us to give back to the community in the way that we do.
Yeah, I agree. I really agree. And I think the vendors want to participate in that. They see the value of having those kids and families come in. And I will dare say, there's a lot of kids and families here this year. And it has started right from Friday afternoon, and I didn't realize, I think it was in service day for around here. So that is one thing I do have to research next year, is to see, so make sure to have more youth events on Friday. But it is such an amazing thing to see the whole family come out. So when they come, they can participate in so many things, see the dog shows, be at the pool to see the dog demonstrations, get their concessions while they're there and do another roundabout.
Yep.
So it's always a good time for families.
Yep, and that's something that I want to thank you and
thank
all
you.
our staff, our kitchen crew, our
Yeah.
volunteers, everybody. They do such an amazing job every single year. You
Agreed.
can't say enough about them.
You can't say enough about them because you really can't do it without them. Our door guards and our ticket sellers and our concession people and the people from 2 months out that were helping us. It's an amazing task, but so rewarding.
Absolutely. If there is one thing that you
Oh.
could tell our patrons and our vendors, the folks that really make this show happen, what would it be?
Oh my goodness. Thank you.
Well said.
I think is really thank you for being here. Thank you for being a vendor. Thank you for participating. Thank you for wanting to reach out to our youth. Thank you for wanting to educate the next generation. We cannot do it without the vendors and the attendees, but we love being that connector.
Yep. Yep. Well said.
Thank
Well
you.
said. So we want to thank our sponsors for this year. Again, Harvey RV and Marine. Thank you so much for sponsoring the Field House. Hammond Lumber Company that sponsors the Wallace Pool. Dice Arts that sponsor our lanyards. The Quirk Auto Group.
Yes.
Maine Veterans Project.
Yes.
Am I
No,
forgetting
that's
anyone?
it. That's it.
Beautiful.
Excellent.
And we also want to thank New England Mechanical Overlay for making this podcast possible. And to all our show staff, our volunteers, everybody that helps make this happen. And to you, Becky, thank you so much.
My absolute pleasure.
Awesome. Thank you.